This episode is sponsored by Hello Honeydew, a leading free utilities concierge service. Hello Honeydew is a free service designed to relieve the stress of a moving house, and it saves you time, money, and headaches on all your essential home service needs. We will hook up your gas, electricity, internet, TV, water, and home security systems in just one 15 to 20 minute phone call. You will also receive a free Amazon Echo Dot just for setting up an appointment. If you have closed on a house and have received your closing date, call us now for a free appointment and a free Amazon Echo Dot at 732-859-2019 and visit us at hellohoneydew.com for more information. From the studios in beautiful Oceanport, New Jersey, welcome to the biggest and greatest podcast ever. I'm your host, Ray Kay. We are in for a treat today. I have the one and only Bullseye, who will be my recurring guest. He's agreed to it. He's a media and ladies man, co-host actually of my show, Slicing Jersey. You might have heard of him there. He's a former sports...
America's Best Pizza Show.
Yeah, that's right. There he is. Hi. Let me give you the intro here. I'm almost done. Former sportscaster and TV producer. Actually, I saw him earlier tonight walking around in silk bathrobe and slippers with a pipe. I mean, that's some scene you got going.
Well, it was 4 o'clock, so I had to get into my nighttime attire.
Okay.
I had to get out of my zoot suit.
We're going to be talking about a little bit of everything. This is a little different. I mean, this is, you're going to be in for a treat here. This could be a little rollicking, but we'll see where we go. I got the sensors, ready to push the button just in case.
We're going to speak from the heart, and we're going to say it like it is, as Howard Cosell used to say. Tell it like it is.
You're known as Bullseye. Can you just tell our audience how you got that name? I mean, that's quite a name that that you have, Bullseye.
Well, that moniker has stuck with me for a long time. Coming from my high school days when I was the public address announcer at Jackson Memorial High School in Jackson.
Oh, okay.
And one of my calls was when basketball players. You were one of them, actually.
That's right. We go back. I got to tell my audience, we go back 40 years, so we go back a long ways. So, go ahead.
Actually, it's longer than 40. It's
44. Right.
44 years.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So the call, that call came when somebody would hit a long-range jumper and hit nothing but net. I would say, Bullseye.
Okay.
And that became a moniker of mine that took me into college, where I was a play-by-play man at Seton Hall University. I was a sports director of WSOU 89.5 FM. On your radio dial, and we were the Seton Hall Pirates' first and second year of the Big East Conference. Believe it or not.
All right.
And that was my call. I used Bullseye as the long way. It was my yes, so to speak.
Okay. And it just stuck.
Days.
Okay.
It just stuck, and it's kind of good because I've monikered all my clothing with the Bullseye, so it's.
Nice.
Nobody knows what it means, but that's what I care.
All right. Now, you've always been outspoken, if I recall, all the way up to present day. I mean, we're going to be talking about today's sports.
How about that, the NFL? How about that bad call in the NFL?
All right. The call.
How that wasn't caught was beyond. How that wasn't rectified on the spot is beyond.
What was the rationale? Was it because I know the timing is when the ball gets there at the same time you're allowed to hit the guy. Was that what they were trying to say, or what was the rationale behind that?
There was three things wrong with that play. Number one, the guy never turned around to the ball in that
the
play.
The defender never turned around.
Right, defender. That's one. Okay?
Right, and you're not supposed to face guard. You're not supposed to face guard. Okay.
Number two, he tackled him.
Right.
Before he caught it.
As the ball's on its way. Okay.
And number three, he went helmet to helmet with the guy. That's three.
And there was no call.
Nothing.
Why do you think? Do you think there was more behind the scene? There was some kind of.
Talk to the bookies out there and the people who bet on that game. They must be livid. I don't gamble, so that part doesn't get
was it
me.
something then the refs just missed the call? Basically, that's what it was. They just missed it somehow.
You got two scoreboards that are jumbotrons all over the. All they got to do is stop, look, and say, "Okay, we made a mistake."
And there's no replay on that one, I guess, right? They don't have replay on that because
there is a rule in the NFL rule book that says they could actually play that game over again. And like everything else, like laws in the United States and like rules, nobody follows them. So the NFL, another black mark for the NFL. That was disgusting.
All right, what do you think of the Patriots? What's your take? You think they're going to take it over again? You think they're the greatest team ever? You think Brady's the best quarterback ever?
I just think Tom Brady is great. I think Bill Belichick is great, and I am rooting for them. I am not one of these people who hate the Patriots. Now, I'm a Jets fan, but I do not hate the Patriots. It's like the Yankees. You know what I mean? At this point, they're like the Yankees. They're tough to hate. I mean, Tom Brady is Mickey Mantle. He's the Mick. You know what I mean? So they're a great team. Win or lose, it doesn't matter to me. Like I said, I don't gamble. I don't get that involved with it. But they are a great team that you have to respect.
Like the old Packers, I guess. They're my team. You had to respect.
Packers.
You had to respect them in the '60s. If you didn't like them, you still had to respect them.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And well coached.
Right.
Two great coaches. So I'm going to predict the Patriots win again, late comeback. At the end, Brady pulls it out, but they've gotten so close to losing. So they could have lost 3 Super Bowls.
Well, there was an interception at the end of that game.
And they could have won 3 Super Bowls that they lost. So.
Well, there was a shot that they may not even gotten through that if that interception was not offsides. They would have that would have been game. So Brady got a little lucky on that call. I mean, the guy was offsides by about a yard.
Yeah, when they win, they always seem to get lucky.
They get another shot, they're going to kill you if you give them a second chance.
Always seem right when they win. One thing about the Patriots, they always get a great field goal kicker. They had Vinatieri, and now they have the what's his name there now, Gronkowski. They don't miss field goals. They do everything right.
And that's basically a thankless job. Would you agree? I mean, you're supposed to make it, and if you don't make it, you're the GOAT. I mean, you right?
are the GOAT. But they do the little things. They do get their breaks, but they seem to do it every year with new people. I mean, they lose Gordon. Didn't seem to matter. They just bring some. And Julian Edelman should be in the Hall of Fame. He is amazing.
So with Brady
amazing
and Belichick in there, that's all they seem to need. You need Brady, you need Belichick, and the other players rolling
Josh
out.
McDaniel's a good offensive coordinator, and they bring running backs in there that you never heard of. This Rex, what's his Burkhardt, and you got Michelle and these people, and look at people over the years that they brought these running backs in, and then they just get rid of them, and they get somebody new, and they get rid of them, and the machine keeps rolling. You have to respect them.
Baseball, Mariano Rivera, a unanimous vote to go into the Hall of Fame. Do you agree with that?
That was weird, because I know you're a big Babe Ruth guy.
Yeah.
I can't believe Babe Ruth did not get unanimously voted.
Right, yeah. I think about 5 people voted against him. Can you imagine that, saying no and voting for other people?
Didn't like his personality. They had to come down to that.
How about Lou Gehrig? He died tragically, and he didn't get with that career, and he's likable. He didn't get unanimous.
And as great as Mariano Rivera was, I saw him blow some games. He blew some games.
But wouldn't you agree he was the greatest closer of all time? I know, or is it different? With a different era?
I would, yes. There's people that would, they may have thought, what's his name from San Diego here? That guy from San Diego, I can't think of his name. The guy who pitched for the Padres for all those years. You're losing my memory here. Yes, I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I thought it was Sparky Lyle for a while.
Who's this is an argument I've had recently. Who's the greatest ball player of all time? Could Babe Ruth have played now? I mean, I hear these stories, that there's no way he could even play now, or if he was, he would not be as great as he was then. The players back then just did not have the pitching.
I do have to admit, did they throw knuckleballs back in Babe Ruth's time? I'm going to say no. Did they throw, backdoor sliders and these cutters?
So the pitching was not as good back then as now. The fastballs weren't as fast.
They threw what? They threw fastballs, basically, right? And maybe a curve and a change.
Right.
And now they got this cutter and all this other stuff, and maybe they did, but that's my opinion. I would like to say Babe Ruth could have played in any era, but who knows? He probably could. A great athlete is a great athlete.
Well, that's something we'll never know, I guess. Yeah, obviously.
You'll never know.
Yeah.
Nope, we'll never know.
Basketball. You used to be a huge basketball fan. Do you still follow it? I mean, there's a lot of high scoring. Should they bring that 3-point line back to 40 feet, or just keep it like it is, and we're gonna have 180-point games, every game?
Yeah, well, I think the public likes to see offense, and they like to see dunks, and if the Harlem Globetrotters could play, they'd like to see that, which would be a good idea. They should. I would like to see the Globetrotters play an NBA team once in a while.
What do you think would happen? Didn't they used to beat the NBA in the 50s, or was that all a fix?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Wilt Chamberlain played for the Globetrotters.
What would happen now? What would happen now? The Globetrotters
I haven't
versus...
seen the Globetrotters lately. I mean, you don't hear about them. They used to be on Wide World of Sports all the time, remember?
I remember.
Mark Lemon and Curly Neal and...
Do you know they were? I think they were 14,001. I think they lost actually one game to the Washington Nationals. One time they actually lost that.
Washington Nationals. Who was the coach of the Nationals again? Red.
Oh, Red Schultz or Red something like that. Red Schultz, Saltz or something.
Red. We have to look that up. All the listeners, look that up. Give us a call.
He was doing.
I'm not on my computer now. I'm kind of freewheeling this.
He was doing the two-hand set shot back in the 70s, I think, right? From 40 feet, making them. Yeah, Meadowlark and Lemon.
Meadowlark had the half-court hook shot.
He used to make it, right? He used to make that live.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, look, the NBA is the NBA. Athletes are getting better. They're bigger. They're stronger. I rather watch college basketball myself. But, as a matter of fact, I haven't even watched a complete NBA game in years.
Bullseye, what do you think of hockey? I mean, that seems like a great sport to watch on TV. You can't take your eyes off it, especially in the playoffs. You a hockey fan?
Yeah, to a point. I mean, I really don't watch it. I used to watch it when I was a kid when I used to root for the Chicago Blackhawks, Tony Esposito and Stan Mikita.
Oh yeah,
and and then Phil Esposito and Bobby Orr and Rod
that's the
Gilbert
Bruins.
and Eddie Jockman. And then, you follow it, but I never really became a super hockey fan. I like the playoffs. I enjoyed some of the playoff games. But, no, I like hockey and soccer in the same they're in that same league with me. I could really care less about it.
What would you say is America's...
They're great athletes. They are great athletes, hockey players. That is one tough sport to play.
Right. Are you able to skate? I can't picture you with those slippers on with that pipe skating on there. That would be a scene. That would be a scene.
My ankles would break. I got the weakest ankle.
Oh, okay. So you never tried skating?
I tried to skate. I never got past the folding chair.
Oh, okay.
I never got past.
You were one of those guys that...
stand up, I was shot.
I got you. Okay.
Can you skate? You know how to skate?
I'm sort of like a little better than you, but not much. That's not my thing. Yeah, it must be the ankles, I guess, or I just never took to it. What's the greatest sport? What's America's pastime? Is it baseball or like what's your favorite sport?
I'm a baseball fan, but football really. I'm going to say right now, football is America's sport, and I'm glad to see it coming back. I see the ratings on the Patriot game.
Why do you say football? Why do you say football is American sport?
Oh, I just think it's you're viewing it. You're in the game play to play. Baseball, the foul ball, 16 foul balls. A pitcher turns his back and looks around, meeting. There's a lot of downtime, even though I love it. But football, it's every play, and things could change in a heartbeat, whether a fumble, interception, something like that. So I'm going to say football is America's game. I'm glad to see it coming back in the ratings. I boycotted it for a while, as you know, for obvious reasons. But
you're back watching now.
I'm back.
All right, he's back. He's back.
For standing, I'm back.
Pro wrestling. You were always a pro wrestling fan. What do you think?
That's the world's
what do you think?
sport.
Is that the best sport? Give me the entertainment and a scoop on wrestling. I know it's is it real or it's predetermined, right? But it is real too. You always had a good point of view on that.
Well, I think that's been flushed out, and everyone knows now that it is theater and it is scripted. It is what it is. I mean, Vince McMahon came out and made that public back in the 90s. That's why they called the WWE entertainment, that is sports entertainment, but it is certainly dynamic and entertaining. But back in my day, in the 70s and the 60s, when I watched it, that was always the big controversy. Oh, it's fake and this and that, and why do you watch that? It's fake. And like, I knew it was fake, but it was hard to convince people. There are so many people you can't convince of anything, that it's still great entertainment. It is the best theater out there. Now, do I dig wrestling today? Not really. Too many divas and too many. There's just too many of them. I go back to the old days, like Chief Jay Strongbow and the Bruno Sammartino and the Andre the Giants and Killer Kowalski and the Baron von Fitzraschke and
I like that name.
Erics.
I like that
those are
name.
the old NWA,
Andre.
WWF,
Andre the
Gorilla
Giant.
Monsoon.
Andre the Giant. They had that special on him a couple
Eighth
months
wonder
ago.
of the world, Andre the Giant. Oh, memories.
Now, are they the best athletes? These wrestlers? I mean, they are jumping off the top rope. They're banging into the mat. They're throwing people around. They're getting chairs, bashed in their heads.
Yeah, I think so.
Mean, they take some punishment, right?
They're all in shape, too. I'd say 99% of them are in superior shape. Like the old days, you had Haystacks and you had Gorilla Monsoon and, you had Bobo Brazil, who had the hardest head in the world. But they were not in the shape these guys.
Who's your favorite wrestler? Tell me.
Well, I'm going to say Hulk Hogan was the all-time favorite.
He brought it to a new level, right? When he came out, that seemed to really rocket it into the modern era. With those...
If I were to give you my top 5, it would be Bruno Sammartino, childhood legend. I'd say Hulk Hogan. I'd say Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'd say The Rock, who really helped wrestling a lot, and I would say Ric Flair. Those would be the top 5 wrestlers. All great. I could watch old wrestling shows and old matches forever.
Who was your favorite manager? They used to have some crazy managers back then. I don't know if they have them as much these days, but back then.
I like the Grand Wizard of Wrestling.
Oh, yeah, the Grand Wizard. What was his thing?
He had the turban.
He had the turban. He had those glasses, right? And he was kind of like a little weasel guy.
He had the glasses, right. McMahon, when my man Stan Stasiak gets through with Bruno Sammartino, flags will be flying half-mast in every pizza joint in America. That was his...
Let me hear you do Lou Albano while you're at it. You used to do a good Lou Albano. Captain Lou. He was great. The rubber band face.
Never duplicated. Captain Lou Albano.
He had some spiel.
Oh, with the rubber bands? Oh, he was the best. Captain Lou.
Let's talk about some entertainment stuff. What's hot? You still watch? You're a TV guy, right? I know you like watching news because you're in the media. Do you watch any TV shows? These reality shows? Is there anything that's real good now that's on that really captures your attention? You used to be a TV guy.
You know what? I was one of the first watchers of Jersey Shore when it came on.
Right.
And I watched that for a couple seasons, but the answer now is remember the Osbournes, Ozzy Osbourne, when he had his reality show. I used to watch that. I watched Hogan Knows Best. That was a great reality show with Hulk Hogan. I don't watch Big Brother. I don't watch any of that other crap. I like the Kardashians because I think they're hot. But after Bruce became, what's her name, Michelle, or what's his name?
Oh, Bruce. He changed his.
As soon as he became somebody else.
What's the name? What's the name he is now?
Caitlyn.
That's right. So that turned you off the Kardashians a little, or not?
It didn't turn me off. I just, I didn't. I always still watch it because I like Bruce. I like Bruce Jenner.
Oh, okay. You like Bruce, but not Caitlyn.
The whole Caitlyn thing, I get it.
What do you think of that? Let's dip quick back into politics. What do you think of that? Banning them from the military, or there's a lot of negative stuff about the transgender people. What's your opinion on that?
I think you have to look at the military as a fighting machine. And what percentage of transsexuals are in the military anyway?
I mean, are they allowed to be civilian military, or is that just fighting ones? Can you be a transgender?
I think that's fighting military.
Okay. But what do you think publicly about them with the bathrooms and all that? Are you
Like I
okay
said,
with them, or do you not
I
like the
love
trans?
that. I'm not. It is what it is. I'm not going to make a comment whether it doesn't happen to me. It does. I don't know. It's a tough call. I don't want to sound like a jerk.
Okay,
But I don't think.
I respect that.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think the country should alter its infrastructure over it.
Okay.
Change bathrooms in schools and big buildings
Right.
and it all comes down to money. If somebody wants to do it, I'm all for it. Whatever makes you happy, I'm all for it.
Okay, the free spirit.
And that goes beyond. Yeah, I'm a free spirit. Hey, I'm sitting here in a bathrobe and slippers and smoking a pipe.
With your great "Make America Great" hat again, right?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I love this scene. You got to give me that picture. You got to give me that picture.
Greatest
later,
prediction of
call it early. You did call it right down the steps.
Early,
I got to give you that.
Keep calling
you called it.
And I'll get in the face if anybody wants to get in my face. Come on, tell me what you think.
You are in the face guy.
I'm
you
not
are.
going to back down. Indian comes up to me and starts beating on a drum. I'll be like, oh. The heck with that crap. That was all staged.
All right, back to the TV though. Are there any TV shows now like they had in the old days, like Friends, or I mean, is it all reality and stuff, or is there actual shows now? I don't watch too much TV.
Yeah, well, after The Odd Couple went off the air, I really stopped watching.
Oh, you stopped watching it back then?
No, I like Seinfeld. That's my favorite show. Seinfeld. I don't like The Big Bang Theory. Never did. Friends, I can deal with. I like a little bit of that, but my shows were The Odd Couple, Married with Children was one of my favorite shows, and that was on. I think Al Bundy was amazing. I used to watch Mary Tyler Moore. I'm an old school guy, man. Give me Mayberry all day long.
Now,
Barney Fife.
Now, Bullseye, you're my sidekick on that Slicing Jersey show. If anyone wants to check it out on YouTube, I get a lot of great comments from our back and forth. I mean, we compliment each other well. I've heard. You like staying off camera. A lot of people say, "How come he's always off camera? Once in a while, you might see a flash of your hand. Why don't you come out in front? You like it back there?"
Well, I think it makes for a funnier show. I think the mystique of it all is what makes it funny. And you are the star. I'm not. We're eating pizza. It's the pizza in you. I'm just there to kind of tie it all together, just to kind of keep it moving.
Let's wrap up almost on boxing. We forgot that. What
a show! This is a great show.
Thank you. Who's your top 5 boxers of all time? Who do you how do you rank those? Tell me.
I'm gonna say Rocky Marciano, number 1, 49-0.
Because of the undefeated record?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and he was Italian, but no, we don't want to say that.
Okay. Hey, you gave it away. You're Italian. You're not...
That's right. Rocky Marciano. I'll put Ali in the top 5. I've got to put Mike Tyson in the top 5. And I think I've told this. Nothing surprises me in life after I saw Mike Tyson get knocked out by Buster Douglas. That was one fight that stunned me.
So after that happened, nothing shocked you?
After that happened, nothing would surprise me in sports.
In sports, anything could happen after that incident?
Anything could happen. Buster Douglas knocking out Mike Tyson. So we got Mike Tyson, we got Ali, we got Rocky Marciano.
2 more. They don't have to be heavyweights. Sugar Ray Leonard?
Well, yeah. All right, then I'll say Sugar Ray Leonard. I thought he was a great fighter. And what's that? Mayweather. You got to put Mayweather.
What do you think of Howard?
Right?
What do you think of Howard Cosell? What do you think of him?
I liked him because he was different. A lot of people hated him. My father used to hate Howard Cosell.
But you did not hate him. You did not hate him.
I liked him because he liked my man. He liked Joe Namath.
Okay, and he was different. He had you like his voice too, the way he.
Yeah, he was unique. He was different. He didn't really annoy me. He annoyed a lot of people, but I liked him. As a matter of fact, I go on YouTube and I watch some clips of him. So
Marv Albert.
Classic Marv. Hi everybody, this is Marv Albert.
You do a good Marv. You do a good Marv. Is he the best basketball announcer or maybe best all-around announcer? Okay, there you go.
Mike Breen is pretty good, but Marv Albert is the best.
Bob Costas.
He's like 78 years old now.
Yeah, yeah. He still looks like he's 39. He must have a good barber.
Yeah. Hey, Marv.
Bob Costas.
Yes.
Tell me about, what do you think of him, Bob Costas?
I used to work with Bob Costas at NBC.
Okay.
He it was just 40 years he's been at NBC. It was amazing. I thought he was a good baseball announcer. I thought he was a little smug. He was a little full of himself as an interviewer with all of his shows. But I actually got to know Bob Costas a little bit when I worked there. He was nice to me, so I've got no problem. But I do think Jim Nantz and Tony Romo are fantastic together.
Because Tony Romo seems to call the play before it happens, right? He seems to do it time and time again.
He is great. He's great. He's going to go down as one of the greatest color analysts of all time. He's that good.
He's that good.
He's going to be the next Madden, man. He's really
Is that
good.
why? Because he makes the call before it happens? Or...
Oh, he's got a good voice. He's a handsome guy. He makes the call. He's got energy. I like Tony Romo.
So that's your favorite team, Nantz, Romo.
Nantz and Romo, my favorite team. Buck is a little full of himself.
How about Troy Aikman? You like him?
I like Troy Aikman. Yeah,
Okay.
I like Troy Aikman. But I think Tony Romo is number one. Boy, we're covering a lot of ground here.
How about Bob Uecker?
On this show today.
It's almost
Bob Uecker, Mr. Baseball.
Hey, we're getting deep into the night. I don't want to, I don't know. You got your beauty sleep soon. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mr. Baseball, Bob Uecker. Remember the Miller Lite commercials with him?
Did you like him? Did you like him? He had a folksy style. He was funny.
Yeah, I like Bob Uecker. I like Joe Garagiola. Remember Joe Garagiola?
Yes.
Phil Rizzuto, of course, one of the best of all.
John Sterling, Yankee announcer.
Sterling's the best, man.
Why do you like him?
Sterling is the best.
You like his call with the home runs?
That's where I kind of stole the call Bullseye from John Sterling when he used to do the New Jersey.
Oh, that was his call. So you kind of co-opted
that,
huh?
That's where I took it from. Yeah, when he was announcer for the Nets. Remember with Super John Williamson?
Yeah.
Julius Serving and Bill Melchione and Billy Paltz.
Right. Oh, yeah, the Whopper. Yeah, I remember him.
Whopper.
It was
Billy
the days. I was watching them. Channel 9.
Those were the days.
Yeah.
So, I live for the past. What am I going to do? I'm like...
You're a 70s guy. You're like a 70s guy.
I'm a 70s guy. Nothing else motivates
What do you like?
anymore.
What do you like to do? I mean, what are your habits? I mean, not habits, but what are your, what do you do? What's a typical Bullseye day? Pardon?
I'm a workaholic. I am into my craft. I am a avid reader of current events. I must spend 10 hours on the internet. I read everything. I must watch 5 hours of television a day, and I go to ShopRite.
Oh, okay.
That's about,
and
we rate pizza.
Yeah, but what I like is, you're a hard worker, and then when it gets, around 8 o'clock at night, you slip into your bathrobe and slippers. I mean, you turn into like a different person at night.
It's about 3:30. It's about 3:30 I start transitioning to relaxation.
3:30, the transition occurs,
about 3:30 I kind of transition, and I kind of carry into the night, the robe and the slippers, the pipe. And now that I got Alexa here, the Amazon Alexa here, I listen to nature sounds at night. So
nice. What a scene.
Alexa, play nature sounds. I'll turn it on.
So you're in your swivel chair. Your little chair. You got your bathrobe and your.
Alexa, play nature sounds.
And your hat, your pipe, and then you're listening to nature sounds as you go out. I like it.
Nature sounds. I even sound the crickets. Because it's here you say Alexa's giving me cricket sounds right now.
And she gives it to you. Okay.
Right, yeah, gives me cricket sounds, birds chirping, oceans rolling, and then I meditate.
Okay.
And I chant.
Okay.
I just chant and I think about the next day.
Transmental meditation, is that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I think about the next day and
then you go at it again.
I get right at it again. I go to war, put my bonnet on, and I got to deal with all the jabronis out there, and
and it starts over again.
We make the best of it. We pay our bills. We do nice things for people. We try to be kind.
There you go.
And there we go.
And then it starts over again. 3:30, the slippers
and then we
go
start
on.
over again.
Okay.
I got to stay on the keto diet that I started here, so
Okay, great.
I'm doing good.
You look great. You look great.
Oh, this has been fun.
Yeah. All right. Hit and miss. This is my final segment. I give you a word or a phrase, and you tell me the first thing that comes out of your mind, or you can mention one or two things, but whatever comes to mind. All right.
Wow, what a show! Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it and you listen to me. Right.
Oh, this show is great.
Okay. Here we go. Favorite color.
Blue.
Favorite movie.
Goodfellas.
Favorite actor.
Wow.
Well, how about favorite actress? We'll go to actress and come back.
Pacino.
Okay.
Pacino.
Actress. Favorite actress.
Oh. Favorite actress. Do I have a favorite actress? I don't think
you don't have to.
Actress.
Okay.
No, I don't have a favorite.
Okay.
No, not really. There's nobody who moves me.
Okay.
Nobody.
Okay.
No faves.
Jacqueline Kennedy.
Oh. What do you want me to tell you about Jacqueline?
First thing that comes to mind are first couple things. That's what this is. It's hit and miss.
First lady, I'll be nice.
Okay. If you were in a foxhole, other than any of your family members, who would you have in there with you?
Who would I have in a foxhole with me? That's a good question because I don't know.
Would there be anybody in with you? Who would you have?
No.
Gotta have somebody. No.
I gotta have somebody. What would they be doing in the foxhole with me?
They'd be protecting you, keeping you company, getting you through the night, just being taking guard when you're sleeping. You take guard when he's sleeping. Like he's looking out for you or she.
Ray K.
Ah, okay, okay. I didn't
because you said it was a family. I said, of course, would be my father.
Okay.
But Joe Namath, how's that? Joe Namath.
There you go. If you were gonna live on a desert island, and you had to take one or two music CDs with you. What would you take? What music?
My God, these questions. Tom Jones.
Oh, okay. Really? I didn't know you liked him.
I would take Andrea Bocelli. I would take Tom Jones. I would take Elvis. I would take who else? Roy Clark.
Oh, Roy Clark. Hee-haw. Okay. While we're talking, who's your favorite music? What's your favorite music? What kind of music do you like? What does Bullseye like?
I like classic R&B. I like Teddy Pendergrass. I like Luther Vandross. I like, Kool and the Gang. I like R&B. Motown.
I got you. Okay.
Grooving music.
Now you agreed you want to come on as a recurring guest because events change, politics change, sports changes, everything changes. So we're looking forward. You're going to be able to come on like maybe next month, and we'll do this again, and we'll keep it updating.
Things will be different, in the world, and we hope things are going well. We hope everyone's back to work and everyone's happy, and the economy is doing good, and casinos are built, and the whole thing. We want everything to work.
All right.
Everything to work.
That is Bullseye, and
Bullseye.
We'll catch you next time. Take care.
I love the biggest and greatest podcast ever.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you.
Love it.
All right.
All right.
Catch you next time.
Thanks, everybody.